Recording in progress. Recording in progress. This time, don't delete. It's sure uploaded it. I've got terabytes on this machine anyway. I just get a bit precious about disk space sometimes. Welcome everyone to our ninth Zoom session for the season. You're getting used to the backdrop behind me, my Saturn V rocket. Seen that one? Anyone ever wondered what it is? No, no one cares. It's a Saturn V made out of Lego. 1,969 pieces.
It would have taken forever.
No, I time them. I build them like in a hurry.
Oh yeah.
The race builds. I've got Concorde and a space shuttle and the
Millennium Falcon.
I don't have the Star Wars stuff, believe it or not. Oh, I've got one Star Wars diorama, but not really such a fan of it. I've got a Apollo 17 lunar rover. I've got a Land Rover for some bizarre reason. Jane bought me one of them for Christmas. It's easy to get me a Christmas present. Just get me some space Lego thing, and I'm happy for how many hours it takes me to build it. I've got the Artemis with its launch platform. That took about 9-10 hours to build.
Wow.
And I've got a Malamute made out of almost Lego. It's kind of cool. It's a different brand, but don't knock everything over. It's not as good as it's currently outside. Right, so game 10. Before we go into the videos and so forth and digest it all and that sort of thing, what do we think? What happened in the games and what was interesting?
We tied again.
We did, yep. Well, the Jokers did anyway.
Yeah. It was a pretty fierce game, I feel.
Yeah, it was close. Doesn't get close than a 0-all tie.
Yeah.
And an absolute desperate piece of goaltending by Dan at the finish.
Yeah.
Which saved our bacon, so to speak. I think Katie owes him a beer, but then again, the whole team owes Katie a beer.
Yeah, Katie was brilliant.
Was really good in there. She's actually got a save percentage of 0.95.
Oh wow, that's better than Skinner.
Pretty good. That's pretty good. Any other thoughts on it apart from the fact that they were really close and fierce, because they both games were?
I think we played pretty good, better than some days.
Yeah, I think the Tigers against the Griffins dominated them pretty much, with the exception of the first 30 seconds. No, the first 10 seconds. Which was, I'll show you the video of that. It's kind of funny. If you didn't see it, if you're Jokers, you wouldn't have seen it happen, or maybe you did, but either way. Have we got, I don't see Phineas here tonight, so I can stir him up a little bit. Yeah, we're going to have a look at that one. But yeah, I think the other game was really, really even. The Jokers and the Lights game was a really even one. And interesting to see the contrast in the two team style of play. Anyone kind of noticed what they do differently to us?
I feel like they're really aggressive.
Yeah, some are, and some are really passive. They're a very mixed team. Like they've got one line of big guys who are strong and fast and dangerous.
Yes, I felt like every time that line was on the ice, they seemed to, like when they came into our offensive zone, it was either 2 or 3, and one was coasting, ready to pass.
Yep. And the other lines?
Bit disjointed and not as strong. Not as strong skaters.
Yeah, exactly. They couldn't skate as well. They couldn't puck handle as well. So they're really a team of. I'm not going to say one line wonder because I don't think you really have that sort of thing in division, in beginner grade. But they've certainly got that particular group of players who, if you're playing against them in a final, you need to be wary of. Do we change our style of game against them?
Nope, just pressure.
We play the same game, and when we do, it works. We shut them down. They got quite a few shots, but I think Katie would agree that very few of them were quality shots because they're almost all from bad angles, and all they do were mostly in the right place most of the time. We only occasionally got caught pinching, and when we did, we had a good scramble back from our forwards getting back to cover it up as well. So I think on the whole, the Jokers game was deservedly 0-all. I think anything else probably would have been a little bit unfair. That said, they did very, very nearly score on us in the last 5 seconds of the game. Oh, that was fun.
I just have the vision of the puck going over Katie and just bouncing, and me.
Yep.
I can see it nearly on the line.
Just to get it out. And they also had one disallowed too, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, they did, because it went like behind the goal and back in or something. Yeah,
It went around the back of the net, and then they had a second shot, and it got caught underneath someone, and so it wasn't a goal. You look at it on the overhead video, you can see quite clearly it didn't go in. But you can understand why they might have thought that it did. It did rattle the twine, and when the twine rattles, you're automatically going to think, oh well, that's a goal. Yeah, well, in this particular case, it wasn't. I noticed too, and Thatch, I think, was doing it quite nicely on occasion, slowing the game down a few times. What were some of the tricks you're doing, Thatch?
All I was doing was, I already knew the answer, but I was just asking them which side I was meant to be playing on when it was caught on what side from the goalie.
Mm-hmm.
And then they were happy to sit there and explain it to me, and I was able to do that 4 or 5 times because I was bullshitting my way through for a bit.
Just slowing it down a little bit, yeah?
Yeah, that's it.
And your players all get organised. So most of our defensive zone face-offs worked reasonably well. The Tigers actually got very few. I think they only got 2 or 3. They didn't get many. The Griffins got very, very few shots on the net, which either the one that went in or were all play-ons rather than stoppages. Whereas the Jokers, I think we had 11 or 12 defensive zone face-offs. I'm not going to go through all of them, but they're all posted on the Facebook group. The usual thing applies. Please do look at it and have a look at them and see what happened. Some of the Jokers' defensive zone face-offs were just about perfect, and some of them were a pretty bad case of little boy lost.
Yeah.
So we still want to get that organised, and it's a collective responsibility of everyone on the ice to make sure that happens. And we're still not marking up the players that we need to, and D aren't marking up that forward as well as we need to, and a few other little bits and pieces like that, where everyone is still a little bit confused. This is game 10 by now. We shouldn't be confused by it. It's okay if 1 or 2 players are, but certainly there should be a majority of everyone on the ice that know. And get the other player, get them, grab hold of them by the scruff, and you stand here, go there.
Yeah.
All right. Make sure that we get that. But for the last 2 games of the season before finals, we want absolutely 100% of those defensive zone face-offs to be executed correctly. There's no reason for us not to now, and there is enough of you on the ice that know how to do it at all times to make it happen. And centers that know how to slow the game down and actually let them get organised. Talk to the ref. It works. It buys you 10 seconds, and that's 10 seconds is enough time to get organised.
They love it. They love it when you talk to them. So
yeah, ask them a question. What's this about? Where should I put my stick? Does it matter? Should it be on the side or the front? I'm never quite sure. No one's ever explained it to me, and then they'll help you and they'll put the stick there and that sort of stuff. And you're like, oh, sweet, 5 more seconds.
One of them actually asked me if I was ready before they dropped the puck, which is great because then I knew when they were going to drop the puck.
Yep. So there's lots of interesting little tricks. How do we go with our 1-2-2s?
I think some of them were good.
Yeah, I think the Jokers did them reasonably well.
We communicated a hell of a lot more.
Yes.
With the people I was playing with, we communicated almost every single time.
Yeah.
Which was great.
There's a lot of good talk. I could hear it, and you can certainly hear it on the video too. Nashy's doing a great job. Nashy, keep it up.
Yeah, I was hearing a lot more on the ice. Yeah. Like bench is always loud, but yeah, on the ice it was loud as well.
That's what you need. The bench is just noise. It's really useful. See someone barking out offside. Oh yeah. But on the whole, yeah, there was good communication. I was hearing ups and overs, and I was hearing passes up the ice and that sort of stuff, which was really handy, which helps everyone out, and means that again we're making better decisions because we're getting the help of our teammates. What else?
I thought we slowed the game down really well and used that to our advantage.
Yep. I'd agree with that. Maddie, how many times were you offside? Not very.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can now.
Oh, good.
You were hardly ever offside. You improved heaps. In fact,
thank you.
In the last few weeks, your game has improved enormously. There's been some sort of a cognitive leap that you've made.
I feel the same way. Yeah, I appreciate that.
It's noticeable.
Thank you. Yeah, I think I've finally got my head around the offside rule. Sort of.
Speaking of getting around things, what's that behind you? Are you wearing an alien thing?
So I'm sitting in. Hang on, I'll show you. Hold on. Here we go.
Like, what on earth is that?
Hold on. How do I reverse my camera? I'm sitting in. I'll show you over my shoulder. That's my swing where I sit on my back deck.
Okay. That's why you rugged up. It's pretty cold.
Yeah. I live outside.
Yep. It's pretty cold at the moment for sure. We had a good frost this morning.
We certainly
Loves
did.
it. The pup loves it. What else? So 1, 2, 2, 4 checks. How'd we go with them?
Not bad.
Yeah. Again, the Jokers did it well. I think the Tigers not quite so much. But then the Tigers probably had less opportunities to execute it as well.
Yeah.
We'll go through some of those videos and have a little bit of a look. There's something I want to tweak a little bit, and it's the obvious stuff about defensive zone face-offs, which we'll go through pre-game next week. We'll get the whiteboard out again and we'll draw it and say, okay, and I'll talk to all the D individually and say, this is what your job is at a defensive zone face-off. Make sure you're doing it. Because a couple of you guys are still getting a little bit lost at times. And the D really should know where you are in a D zone face-off and where to stand and what to do. What's your job, Dan, in a defensive zone face-off if you're the D who's in the slot?
Lift the stick of the offensive player. They're not getting a shot off.
Yes, absolutely. You've got to do that perfect. You've got to do that straight away. And sometimes you do it really well. And sometimes you've got D who are just a bit tentative and they're actually standing back beside the goalie. Yeah, you're not a goalie. Don't be one.
Especially if I found if the offensive player is slightly higher,
yep,
they're a bit hesitant to like move up, but it's like, just the puck can go anywhere. It's not their shot.
Shut down the gap.
Yeah.
That player straight away, take them out of the play. High grades knock them over. Don't knock them over in Dip 10.
Yeah.
But in my grade, we're just going to flatten them. And usually in my grade, they can stand up as well, so it shouldn't actually be a problem. There was a little bit of an issue which was raised by the coaches after the Jokers game, and it's a little bit of a safety issue. And I'm just going to grab the video of that one and show it to everyone. So who's got the 01 sound only selected? Who's that one? That's not me. Anyway, I'll just grab the video. It starts with S, doesn't it? T. Let me just find it. There we go. I'm going to run this through my video player rather than through this for the usual reason. Okay. Anyway, let's have a look at this. Right. Now, it's one of those things that at times it can be hard to prevent. And that was Charlie Davenport barreling in at 1,000,000 miles an hour and trying to score a goal, and he got a shot away. And unfortunately, he couldn't quite get out of the way of running into the goalie. Now, goalie, as we know, is very vulnerable, and we need to be particularly careful to look after them. And the lights coach raised that as an issue, and I recognise that it was something we need to look at as well. And it's not the first time that it's happened. I think it's the first time it's happened with us this season, but it does tend to happen every now and then. Once or twice a season, someone runs into a goalie. And of course, we want to avoid that. It's the same sort of situation as running into someone and putting them into the boards. It's quite dangerous. Goalies are very vulnerable. I know they've got all this massive amount of armor and padding on them, and that protects them from pucks hitting them from the front. And that's about it. They're actually really vulnerable from anything else, and collisions in particular. If they fall over backwards, the protection on their back of their heads is very poor. So it's just something that, and I'll bring it up again in the pre-games, as we always do, the safety stuff, but we want to avoid that if at all possible. Again, it's just a game of hockey. We can back off. We can turn the other way. Try not to skate through the crease where the goalie is for the obvious reason that we just don't want to hit him and hurt him. So you can kind of see how it happened from the start of the video. Charlie's got a fair bit of speed up. Done a nice breakaway, gets the shot. But at that point there, he's probably already committed to going across the front. It's probably too late for him to do much about it. So it's mostly unintentional, but we just want to try and avoid it if at all possible. And then he runs into the goalie's head. You can see it from the top down. All right. Straight into their head. And that's that we've got to make sure that doesn't happen again. Okay, it's just too dangerous. And we just need to be more careful around the front of the net. I understand adrenaline, stress, pressure, want to score a goal. Something going on. All right. Okay, so let's have a look at. There were some things that went really well. Let's have a look at, there was a Joker's 1-2-2 that I'll show you. This was a really, really nice one. What's the situation?
They've got possession.
Yep.
Yep.
Puck's down deep in the corner.
There's only two of them in the zone.
Let's have a look. Let's see how it pans out. How's that look?
Mm.
It's not perfect, but it's pretty bloody good.
Yeah.
That's Harley who's taken the boards away. You can see as he skated in.
Yeah, that was awesome. He moved in straight across.
Like, hang on, I know what to do here. I remember. Katie's probably a little bit wide. But if the other player's going to reverse it, that's not necessarily the problem. She probably, if she had better brakes, she probably would have tried to stop around about sort of here, rather than sort of drifting over across to that part there. But on the whole, it's pretty good.
Well, something I noticed with the way that they were playing, any time we took away the boards on that left side there, they were flicking it up the other side of the boards.
Yep.
So she probably had seen that from earlier. But they did it.
To us. Pass it straight to us.
Yeah.
They didn't play up the boards when we took the boards away, did they?
Not that time.
I don't think they did it at all.
No.
So you put that pressure on them, and Harley did a good job on that one, and I'm pretty sure their other forwards did that pretty well too. Thatch, you did it a couple of times. I'm pretty sure we managed to take the boards away, and in that particular instance, they did do cross ice passes, which set us up for some good continued pressure. And you can see how simple it is, right? And that's the same mistake. And you'll watch that. You watch NHL games, they make the same mistake. There's another one here. This is an interesting one. Okay, what's the situation?
We got one offside by the looks.
Which is a classic setup for
1-2-2.
So we know it. We recognise it straight away. We're a bit slow taking the boards away, but they still go cross ice and pass it to us.
Yeah.
Even though we probably didn't recognise it perhaps as quickly as we could have. But we still managed to mostly take the boards away and encourage a cross ice pass, which resulted in a turnover, and we managed to counter attack from it. When I think we did it again, here's another example, same thing, this time a bit more conscious. All right, so it forced them to go around the back of the net, which allows the opposite side forecheck to come in and put pressure on them as well. So that was really good sustained pressure. Didn't get a goal out of it, but we got sustained pressure, and that's important. One here that I've written go on. I'm not quite sure you are. We'll work out in a way. We'll see if we can work out why I've triggered this one. Oh, I remember why. Oh, what a big juicy rebound. So what goes wrong here?
Probably push too far.
Sorry?
We'll probably push too far down.
Yeah, probably just a little bit. It's probably just a little bit of miscommunication. We've got Kate, and Thatch going in, and at that particular point, Thatch, you again, I know your brakes aren't terribly good, but you probably should have slammed on the brakes a little bit earlier, just a little bit higher.
Yep.
So, because you could see Katie was going to go in. The other thing that she's done is she hasn't gone to the slot. So just in terms of fine tuning this, and that's really all it is. Katie really should have ended up there, and you probably should have ended up about here.
Yeah.
And then it's easier to say with the benefit of hindsight, look where the puck went. But it's actually pretty common for the puck to go there. So that's why we want to try and be in that particular position, that really high slot. You can always go in and get it, rather than kind of overcommitting there a little bit. trust your teammate to go into position. We'll have a chat to Katie and say, look, to Kate, remember your job in that situation is to crash the net rather than to go away to the other side. Because if you watch what she does, and again, it's a tweak. It's not bad. Just we can do it better. Where she skated to. That's not our plan. Now, in this particular instance, it doesn't really matter. But if she had skated straight into the close slot, and maybe that rebound was a little bit messy, she might have been in a great position to just tap it in. But if you're way out there in the side, it's just not going to happen. That's a position you'd go if you were expecting your teammate to bounce the puck off the back of the boards and play it across to you. But we don't use that play, and we certainly haven't practiced it. And it's pretty low percentage anyway, so I'm not a huge fan of it most of the time. I'm much more a fan of get someone in that close slot position, someone else in high slot, put the puck on the net, and see what happens with the rebounds.
Needs to look more like a triangle.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that is still a triangle. It's just not.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a bit wonky. But all I'm saying is that we could do that a little bit better. It's not a bad play. We've basically done the right thing. We can just do it better.
Yep.
What I wanted to talk about with the face-off, with the D zone, here's another defensive zone face-off, which was a good one. I'm sandwiching these. You all know about sandwiching? Who doesn't?
Good, bad, good.
Yeah.
Yeah, good, bad, good.
Really like your shoes. You're a complete and utter moron, but hey, nice hat. That's a sandwich. You're adults. We can't fool you with those tricks. Maybe. All right, so let's have a look at this. How does that look?
Not too bad.
Yeah, it's almost perfect, isn't it? I
The,
think my tweak there.
the winger could come up a
Yeah,
bit.
the winger's in the wrong spot.
Up on the line rather than sitting back. Don't give him a head start. Right. But everyone else is pretty much right. The D's in the right place. We're going to pick up that number 18 pretty quick. We're not going to worry about their number 11. It's too far back to worry about anyway. And besides, the winger will get there if they move quickly anyway. It's a good setup. Everyone's where they should be. Within sort of a metre or so of tweaking. We moved quickly. Then we played cross ice. All right. But the setup of that was really good. And the movement from the wingers was good. It's bang, straight away. Went to where they needed to go. Unfortunately, we then had I think Bryce got his stick interfered with. He was probably trying to play it up the boards and instead it went through that high danger area. But luckily for us, they weren't there to take advantage of it. So that's a really good example of a really nicely executed D-zone face-off. I know this is going to feel kind of Joker-centric, but we'll look at Tiger stuff as well. So look at this one.
Is that Nina?
How does that look?
Not good.
Yeah, Nina's out of position because she's put herself behind the D, so she can't move really at all because there's too many bodies in the way. We fixed it. Like she was originally skating in the wrong place, and you guys have all communicated with each other and corrected it. So that's really good. Okay, so that responsibility for, hey, you need to be here, not there, that happened, which is terrific. Just not quite as well done as it needed to be. So if you were the D, I'm not sure who that is there. Was that you, Dan? Or
Yeah, that's me.
just grab her and say, stand here.
Yep.
And then yell at her, go, 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 go. She'll remember once she's been shown to it, because the problem is she hasn't done it very many times in training. I'm not sure that she's been to all of our training sessions. Or maybe she has and we haven't done it enough times or enough repetitions or whatever. And still, she's a bit scared. She's stressed by the whole situation, so we need to help her out. You stand here. Do this. Go! And it'll happen. Right? She's not dumb. She'll learn. She'll learn it pretty quick. She just needs a little bit of guidance in that first instance. Says, oh, that's what I need to do. Oh, yeah. Cool. And then she'll do it. Because she's pretty fierce.
She is.
Yeah. For a small, light human being, she's pretty fierce.
I took her out at the end of the game there. God damn. coming up at 1,000,000 miles an hour, and she's just stopped in front of me.
But what did happen?
Oh, I nearly sent myself over.
No,
to
here,
my front flip.
here in this one. It's not all about you, Tex.
Yes,
Watch what happens when the puck's dropped. Is that mostly good?
We ran.
Yeah. Charlie's gone hell for leather. That's terrific. Nina's taken off as well as best she can. She hasn't gone where she was supposed to have gone, but at least she's moved. What she should have done, and we know this, is when we have this set up, she should be standing here, and she should be doing that. Right. Charlie's in the right place. He's going to do that. That's what the two wingers are supposed to do. So you've got to remind them if they're not sure. If they're a little bit lost, it's halfway through the second and they're tired and the heart rate's doing 250 BPM, they're well into tachycardia. Like, help them out. You stand here, go there, point it out of the play. And you can, it's quite funny. You can actually do it quite often that way. What I'll do sometimes if I'm helping out a teammate is I'll point at the opposition player. I'll say, hey, number 11, wave. And they'll wave. Because coaches do. So you go to that guy who's waving, yeah? And you'd be amazed at how well that works. Because people just do stuff when you tell them to. It's pretty amazing. Have any of you ever raced bicycles? No,
Yep.
I used to race bicycles. I was a roadie and then a trackie for a long time. Not a very successful roadie, but because I was too heavy. But I was reasonably fit. I did a lot. And you could tell in a bunch, for example, you can tell someone what to do. And if you sound authoritative when you say something to someone, quite often they'll just do it. They won't even question it. So you go chase, and they will. Sweet. I'm just going to sit on your wheel. Because people do. They just do what they're told. If you sound like you know what you're doing. So if I point at someone and say, hey, wave, they'll wave. And you say, right, Nina said that guy who's waving, got him. Okay. You only need to do it once or twice, then you'll get it. People are really good at just doing what they're told under pressure. Let's have a look at some of the Tiger stuff. Let's have a look at the first funny one. This the one? And then Tigers. That's the one. Yeah. This is Phineas's finest 5 seconds. Speaking of sandwiches. You can see he's just like, oh. So what happened?
Well,
Just
they crossed the blue line and they had a shot.
Yep. Was it a good shot?
Nah, not really.
Not particularly. It was a long way out. It was under
It was
pressure.
on target.
It kind of bounced in.
Yeah, well, it just skimmed the inside edge of the post.
Yeah.
But Phineas was not warm, not ready. That's all it was. That was just a, oh, shit. What just happened? I don't think he even knew it was coming until it was too late. You can see he hasn't butterflied at all. He's just gone down onto his knees. He hasn't pushed his feet out. He just wasn't expecting it. And there's a lesson in that, isn't there? What's the lesson? Apart from, goalie, be ready all the time, which is hard because they've got to be ready for an hour all the time, which is challenging. What's the other lesson?
You D's got to be onto it.
No, but the D were. D were doing the right thing there. I don't think we did anything wrong.
Win the face off and you'll be all right.
That helps too. But what's the biggie?
You just got to be ready to go.
Yeah, what did the guy do? What did number 41 do?
He just went.
And?
Scored a goal.
Because?
Took a chance.
He took a chance. He shot the puck on the net.
Yeah, he had a shot.
What happened? It shouldn't have gone, should it? But it did. Just take the shots, right? He had no other choice. D was there the entire. We owned all that space. He couldn't get a quality shot from closer. He was too far out for that to be a good shot. At this level of hockey, anyway, that was always going to be. A goalie should save that. A goalie really should save that one. Like any goalie should save that. But again, sometimes your goalie's not ready for whatever reason. Goes in. Shots on the net. They don't have to be perfect, but they have to be on the net. And that's all it was. The top down's funny. Look at Phineas's reaction. Now he's in butterfly.
You can see him get annoyed at himself
Yeah.
straight away.
Oh, there's a crushed man. But to his credit, and this is something that goalies in particular have to be really good at, he fixed it. He fixed his head. Right? He switched on, and for the rest of the game, he was a shutout. For a goalie, that if that happens in the first 10 seconds of a game, it's really, really hard to overcome. And he did a great job of getting his head in the game after that. A really, really good job. Because imagine how that would have felt. Like, I've just let my team down by doing something really, really dumb. And it was really, really dumb. But it happened because shit happens sometimes. And he managed to screw his head back on and keep going. I know plenty of goalies that would have just lost the plot. And everything that went near them, they would have put in the net. Not Phineas, he did that really well. It was a great recovery. Because we're all going to have, that's going to happen. But it's how you deal with it. That's really a mark of how well he coped and how well he did. So that was fantastic from my perspective in terms of how he managed that and kept going. Let's have a look at the other goals that happened, because there was a couple. You'll admire the symmetry of this. Maybe. Start of the second, first face-off. Now, have a look at the positioning that we have there. What's Maddie doing?
I'm behind my
where?
opponent.
Are you in the right spot?
No.
Yes. Oh, you absolutely. That is absolutely perfect. That's exactly where you need to be. Your stick's down on the ice. You're in that position. What's the goalie having to worry about?
The people in front
All
of
the
him.
action on the other side.
Yeah, but they also have to worry about you, don't they? Because watch what happens. Watch what happens now. Right? You're unmarked. So the goalies have to worry not just about the shot, but also the loose player. That's why that player in the slot is so important. You might not be going to score the goal, but the goalie has to worry about you because you might be in a position to get a rebound or a tip in or a pass to or whatever. So the goalie is always now in two minds. They have to watch the play and they have to watch you. Which means
Good job, Maddie.
yeah, absolutely. But what's it doing to the goalie?
Pressure.
Yeah, making them have to think about more than one thing. They're not just concentrating on the save now, are they? Now they're having to worry about something else too. What if the puck comes over there? What am I going to do? Which makes them hesitate, indecision, opportunity. Stop, think, disabled child. If any. Any you seen what I'm referring to? It's his take on the South African Airlines and a couple of airline hosties from the 1980s. Very politically incorrect humour. Offline. Anyway, so yeah, where Maddie is there is in perfect position. Right in the slot, stick on the ice, you're a threat. That contributed. You don't get an assist for it, but you contributed enormously to that goal simply by being there in that position.
Wait.
And it was straight after face-off at the start of the second. So it's a nice symmetry there as well. After a fairly grim first where it was all, nothing much happened. All right, the second one, let's have a look at this one. We don't get many of these. Because we're going to look at the penalty kills and power plays, because some interesting things happen in the penalty kills in particular. Let's have a look at this one. Got to do something about the way Andrew holds that stick. See how he's holding his stick? Is that how you hold a hockey stick?
Is he number 26?
Mm-hmm.
It should be on the ground.
And
He should be aiming it towards the net.
And
Should have his hand at the end of it.
yeah, he should have his hand on the damn end of the stick. It's not a big butt end. You're not trying to spear someone with the end of the thing, right? It's not a log. It's a hockey stick. Top hand stays there. The only time you take your top hand off the stick is if you're a center and you've dropped your hands for a face off. That's the only time. Either that or you drop the gloves because there's an altercation occurring, but we don't do that in this division.
Damn it.
And just as well, because there's some big boys and you wouldn't win. All right, but yeah, we want to fix that. But that's that. I'll continue to work with him on that. What about our setup? What's the situation? What's the game situation here, guys? What's happening?
Ozone face off on a power play.
Exactly. There we go. We're on the power play. Now, positionally wise, we're actually pretty good. Look at their position. Look at how they've set up. Do you think that's a good way to set up the penalty kill?
That's
No.
terrible.
It's
I
not
don't know what the
terrible.
winger's doing out against the boards.
Yeah, that winger's not particularly effective. That winger's basically 5-on-3. All right. If you were that winger, I definitely want to move in and be closer to the position that I need to be when I'm occupying the space. They're not doing anything useful there at all. The only thing they could possibly do is if the puck bobbles out there for some random reason, they might be able to clear it. But it's not a particularly good way to set up for a penalty kill situation. I certainly wouldn't be recommending that. But they don't seem to have a particularly structured defensive zone face-off anyway. See what happens. Oh, straight to the slot. Come on, get a shot off. Oh, well, worth a try. So what have they done wrong?
They've sent 2 wingers up.
Yeah. Now where are they?
They're in our zone.
We've now got a 5-on-2.
Pretty much.
Whoops. What else did they do?
Pinched.
One of the D challenged high, which you're going to get beaten most of the time in that situation. Now we've got 3-on-1.
Wow.
Play goal, love it. But it happened because of mistakes they made. That was way too easy. That should not have been allowed to happen. That's bad coaching. We wouldn't do that, would we? Right, there's the high challenge, gets beaten. It's always going to get beaten in that situation. The other player's got speed. They're going to blast past you. Who's that number 19? Yay! 21 hands up in the air. Yay! 31, that's the Sloan Ranger. All right. That's a nicely executed power play. Let's have a look at some of the stuff that happened early on in it. So let's look the opening face-off. Now, in this situation, I usually want this winger not to be sitting high, but to be close. And the idea is drop of the puck, you're going to blast straight in. Okay, so right up on that line. And there's 2 reasons for it. The first one is that you want to get into that position. The second thing is you're tying up their player who can move forward. You're in front of them. So if it's not a D, if it's one of their wingers, in that situation, I don't know who it is. It doesn't necessarily matter. You're buying time for if the puck gets behind you. Someone else can go and get it. We're on the power play. We've got a free player. We can go and get it. Andrew, get your damn hands on the stick properly. I'm gonna tape it to his hand or something so he can't. It's been done. Although in that instance, it actually worked out all right for him. We've got a nice shot. That's good. How's that look? Apart from the hand in the wrong spot.
Pretty good.
Yeah, it's a good triangle, isn't it? Andrew's up high, totally unmarked. They've got no real structure in their penalty kill. We've got all that space. We've got Jess moving across to cover the boards in case the puck comes up. She becomes an option as well, which is good. Wing of the slot, not a bad choice. Andrew might have been a better choice, but again, not really critical. Oh, nearly. And this is where it goes all pear-shaped for them. Because what happens for the Griffins now is we dump it in. We've got to put a forecheck on them. But look at what they've done. This is their penalty kill. What are they doing?
They've left their goalie completely.
I don't know. I don't know what's going on with this penalty kill. It's totally unstructured.
Doing nothing.
They're skating around.
Well, fair call, yeah.
And now this is where they get in really deep trouble. They're running a 2-player forecheck on a penalty kill. That's brave. Because when it gets past them, which it probably will, when would you do that? When would you run a two-player in a penalty kill situation? When would you run a 2-player forecheck? Can you think of any game circumstance?
No.
If you were down and there's less than a minute to go.
Last minute, you're down anyway. You've got to try something.
Stanley Cup final?
Yeah. you can try what the Oilers had to do. I don't know if you watched game 5. Was it game 5 or game 6? I think it was game 6, where they were down by 3 goals with 5 minutes to go and they pulled the goalie because they had to. And they ended up getting goals scored against them. But they had to try something.
Yeah.
So that's a very high risk strategy. It's not what I'd be doing in a 1-1 game with 10 minutes to go. Anyway. Because you can see exactly what happens. Look at all the space. Look at all that space. It's got the whole rink.
There's no one in the neutral zone.
There's no one in the neutral zone. There's no one on that side. Their forwards have been way, way, way too deep.
I think the Tigers are about to have someone come on as well.
Yeah, fresh legs. So Andrew goes off. Not sure who that is.
Why didn't they do that with us?
Sorry?
Why didn't they do that with the Jokers?
I was going to say we would have killed for that much space.
Just have the whole rink. Go for it. Right. But you can see how easy it is to happen. So we've got fresh legs on. Katie comes on as well. She's fresh. Charges into the slot.
We've got the Griffins this weekend, Nashi.
All right.
Beauty.
If you get a power play against them, expect their penalty kill to be fairly disorganised. That said, they may have fixed it by now. I don't know. It might have just been a particular combination of players they had at that time that didn't know what to do. And look, we make plenty of mistakes on our penalty kill as well, but that was spectacularly bad. That was a total lack of any structure at all, and just kind of players skating around with no idea what they were doing, which by game 10 is a little disappointing. It was an interesting one. Tigers had this was a very interesting game situation. We're going to watch this one goes for about 5.5 minutes. So we're going to watch in its entirety and then try and digest what happened. What's the first situation?
This
Face-off.
is on a penalty.
Yep.
A power play
We're on the power play.
in the offensive zone.
Yep. Because it always starts like that, doesn't it?
Yep.
Is it ever the case that it doesn't?
No. No, maybe. I don't know.
It can sometimes start from neutral ice.
Right.
You can because if the penalty happened just towards the very end of a period and the next period starts, then you'll have it at middle ice. But normally it starts there. The only other time would be if it was a coincidental 2 penalties happened at the same time. Then you'd start at middle ice. But normally it's an offensive zone face-off. See how they organise themselves this time. Let's see if there's any pattern in what they do.
They're set up the same way.
The same, isn't it? That winger over on the far side is really not doing anything useful. nearly. That would have been Jess's first goal. Now they're doing something smart now, though, aren't they? Similar situation now, isn't it?
Yep.
It's just now it's on the other side. They're doing the same setup. We know that now. I don't think that's going to change. Maddie's in a great position there. That's where I want to see us in our face-offs when we set up. So just scroll through it a few frames. If you're the board side winger, coming back around a bit and high is a good place to be. What about Sloane? Is she where we want her?
Further inboard, high slot.
Yeah. And make yourself a bit of space to get in or block that forward. And a power play probably just makes some space. But yeah, she's giving away 3 meters that she doesn't need to. I want to get in the slot straight away. I want to be there in that goalie's face. I don't want to give her an extra second's time. Be there fast. Everyone else is pretty good. Maddie's great. See what happens. Another shot on the net. Shot into the slot. That's 3 good scoring opportunities.
Oh.
Nearly. There's a good chance. Just skipped over your stick there, didn't it, Maddie?
That's a nice way of putting it.
Now what's happening? What do we see on the ice?
Changes happening.
Yep. Not a bad thing. But
No, not a bad thing.
we're changing, they're changing. Look at their change. How slow is it?
Very slow.
Their players are off the ice. They've only got 2 on the ice.
2 on the ice.
2 or 3? No, they've got 3. They've got 3 on the ice. It's not quite so bad. But see how slow the change is? Watch up here. Watch the change. I'm going to roll it back a few frames. So watch that top bit.
They're not even ready for it.
Yep.
And old mate falls over.
And technically, they should have been done for too many on the ice.
Yeah.
No, the ref wouldn't have seen it. But yeah, see how slow that change was? Like the other player was off the ice before the first one was even getting over the boards during a penalty goal and coasting up to the gate rather than doing it quickly. So that's something that, again, we can learn from, and we're guilty of that too. It's just real interesting. You can see it how it impacts the flow of the game when you do that. We've got to be fast with our changes. You want to be getting on the ice, actually over the boards, feet on the ice by the time your teammate is within 2 meters of the boards. Not waiting for them to be going through the gate. You want to be over before then. So it's quick, bang, boom, we're on fast. Anyway, that's what happened. Get rid of that annotation. It doesn't help anymore. Now, Andrew got pinged for a trip there. And I'm not quite sure that that's a fair call, but it's hard to tell. We don't have a perspective, and the referee was a bit closer than we were. And maybe his stick got tangled up. But regardless, now we've gone from a penalty field to a power play. But what's the special thing that happens here? Anyone know? I'm going to wind it back a few frames and then let you see if you can work out what the situation is now. All right. So we've just been awarded a penalty. What's going to happen?
Everyone should go for a change.
And what else?
They're getting a player back.
When?
6 seconds. So pretty much when it happened.
What's going to happen game-wise? Let's have a look. Anyone know? Do they get the player on the ice right now for the face-off?
Yes.
Drop of the puck. You don't come onto the ice until the puck is dropped.
Oh, okay.
Now, why does that make it interesting?
Because Tigers aren't expecting an extra player yet.
They're not necessarily expecting the extra player, but more to the point, where are they not expecting the extra player?
In the neutral zone.
Yeah. Let's see if our PK is as bad as this. Yeah, you're offside. There we go. Still offside. Get outside the circle. Get outside the circle. Get outside the circle. There we go. All right. So our setup is pretty much how we would normally do it anyway. We've got a winger in the box, so we will have a center and a winger playing forward, and we'll have 2D playing 2D. You should recognize that by now.
Yep.
And what will happen on the top of the puck?
Into straight into the box.
Watch what they do.
Ah.
Change.
Da-di-da.
Fresh legs going for change.
Look at the penalty clock.
Yeah.
They've
It's
just
already
given
been
away
resting for
10
2
seconds.
minutes.
And what else? What else could have, if that player had been alert and actually switched on, they could have skated
Yeah. High
into
slot.
this
something.
space here.
Yep.
And been an instant shooting opportunity. No, they went for a change because that's what they get taught. Get a change after a penalty.
Why? Why?
You've got to play lines. No, don't play fucking lines. The NHL players cock it up and they're paid millions of dollars a year. They play 3 times a week and train the other 5. You know? It doesn't work. Don't do it. Anyway, people could change. So they've given away 10% of their power play.
Mm.
Whee! Off the Moe, go fetch. Nice. Good clearance too. Oh, it's come halfway back. Nice one. Oh, left the puck behind. Now we want the change. Why do we want the change right now?
We've dumped it.
And?
Everyone's been on for at least 30 seconds
And?
or closer to a minute.
All these things are true. What else?
Oh, there's a face off.
Yeah, because there was a goal. The goalie stopped it. What's
Right.
the reason for the change?
Just fresh legs.
And?
They haven't had a change by the looks of it.
Well, they might have done.
Is it just a good opportunity because the play's sort of being reset up?
That's part of it. What's the other reason? What's a really good reason to get a change during a power play? Apart from fresh legs, you've been out there for too long. What's the other really good reason for a change? On a face-off.
You don't know how long you're going to be out there.
And?
Can I answer?
Say again?
Can I answer?
Oh.
Okay.
Reset the composition of the team.
No. Well, I mean, all these things are true.
Waste time.
Waste time.
Hey, Scotty.
Runs the clock down. Right? It takes another 10 seconds off the clock. Get a change on a power play. Get a change on a penalty kill as many times as you can. If I can get 3 changes from face-offs, that's 30 seconds. That's a quarter of the power play gone. Now, it doesn't work in stop time games, but we're not playing stop time, so it doesn't matter. I wouldn't do that in, although you might even consider doing it in the last minute when it does go to stop time if it's close, because even then it can disrupt the other team, break their concentration a little bit. But yeah, certainly at this point in the game, we're just running the clock down. We're on the penalty kill. We don't want to be on the penalty kill. We can kill 15 seconds of it by changing. That's a significant chunk of penalty we don't have to kill.
Yeah.
Just a little bit of gamesmanship, but it's, you know. Oh, no fetch. Now, this time, look at what we do. And I spoke to our centers about this a little bit before the game, and I'm not sure if I actually mentioned it to everyone, but look at what we're doing that's a little bit different in this game for our penalty kill. What's unusual that you see that we're doing?
We're pressuring.
Chasing.
We've got one forechecker, haven't we?
Yep.
But only one.
Yep.
And watch what he does.
Yeah.
Probably turned back a little bit early, but regardless,
Yeah, bit of pressure then goes back.
just enough to disrupt it a bit. That's all we want to do. We're not trying to take the puck off them because unless we're really lucky, we probably won't. Again, last minute we're down, we might do it. But he's come back into a reasonably nice box. We own that space, and they are offside. Stay on your feet. Okay. How many shots on the net did they get?
None, I don't think.
Now, let's watch what happens next. What's just happened? Look at the clock.
They've got a player back on the ice.
They do?
No, well, we do. I mean,
Squad does. Tigers do. Let's watch.
Tigers do.
This is the interesting. This is the funny part. Let's watch what happens now. Oh, I'm going to kill the fight. What do you see? It's a little funny and a little embarrassing at the same time. What do you see?
I still can't answer.
Wait, you can't answer. Come on, Scotty, you remember?
On me. Oh, fucking hell.
Near canal, not far canal.
It's kind of a really shit 1-2-2 forecheck.
Yeah, is that what you really call it? Mia and I were laughing about it on the bench when it happened. None of you can see it.
It looks like the Tigers are still in a box.
Doesn't it? We're still killing a penalty.
Right.
But we're not. The penalty's over. It's been over for 20 seconds. We haven't noticed. We're still in the box there to say, the box is over. We're laughing. We're still playing a box. Surely the D have noticed. No. Oh, for like, three stick away. It's all good. We're like yelling at them. Play, full strength. You're like, what?
I was yelling that too, mate, from my amazing position at the gate, you know.
So that's game awareness. How do you know?
Just be aware.
That's an easy thing to say, isn't it? How do you
Yeah.
know? If I was to say to you, be aware. Do short shifts, right? We need something specific. So what are the specific things we can do to be aware?
Skate with your eyes up.
Well, yes, but you have to do that anyway.
Hmm.
I mean, they've all got their eyes up most of the time.
I mean, communicate.
Yeah, tell each other.
If one person knows, then just
And everyone should know, shouldn't they? So
yell it out.
Penalty kill's over, back to normal. Oh, okay. Because we're
Is
not the clock, are we? Someone's going to notice. Andrew should notice. He's the one that came in out of the penalty box, yelling out, "Full strength, full strength! I'm back on the ice. Look at me."
It's sort of incumbent on the player who's incurred the penalty, isn't it, to go?
Well, it's incumbent on anyone who's noticed.
Fair enough. Yeah.
He might have jumped straight out into a possible attacking position and been able to skate away with a stretch pass or something like that, or an intercept through the neutral zone or anything like that, which is quite common, more common than you'd think. But yeah, someone's got to notice on the ice for whatever reason. They said the guy coming out of the box, they look at the clock, the bench is yelling out, "Full strength." The goalie will normally be tapping their stick. A really common signal is for goalies when it gets down to 5 seconds to go, they're going to go. You all hear that? They'll tap down the last 5. If I've got something loud I can do it on. This might work. Right, the goalie will normally do a 5-second countdown at the end of the penalty. Because they have a vested interest in you knowing what to do. So yeah, it's communication, but specific communication. Tell each other, right? Penalty's over. Okay. Oh. I mean, at the start of the season, we want you to recognise that you're on a penalty. So the fact that you are recognising you're on a penalty is actually a really good thing. But you also need to realise when the penalty's over. And it's really funny to watch. It's like, oh, beginners, bless them. But this is something, again, to work on. It's that level of situational awareness and that communal responsibility for it. Someone on the ice knows, so everyone on the ice should know. And that only happens if you talk to each other. You can't just miraculously expect everyone to know because they won't. But yeah, we got a laugh out of it. All right. Some other really good stuff that happened. I'll just add another power play. I'm not going to go into that. I'm going to look at some more of the Joker stuff. Let me just track it down. Let's have a look at the last minute. Oh, there was a good one here. This was a bit of passage to play by the Jokers, which I've highlighted. It's only 17 seconds long, but I want you to have a look and see if you can tell me why I picked this as an example to look at.
The back checking.
Yeah,
Yeah, we were really quick, straight into the slot.
because we got beaten, didn't we?
Yep.
The situation here is what?
Well, we've got a 3-on-2,
Hmm.
and we just beat them there and stopped it.
Yeah, well, that's what happens now. Look at our situation as a turnover happens.
We got 3 players facing the opposite way.
Mm-hmm. What have they got?
They've got 3 coming into. They're in the neutral zone.
They've got a 3-on-1, haven't they?
Yeah.
Whoops. You know how we were criticising the power play earlier for setting up a 3-on-1? That's us doing the same thing. Right. It's not on you, Dan. You should have been covered.
No, that was me twice. I got caught passing across and they had a player there ready to pick it up.
But think about this. If you're on the skate up, what should have happened?
Someone should have stayed back,
Yeah, someone should have covered for you.
which is the centre.
Number 22, who are you? Put your hand up. Naughty. Right, you got to see that. You got to see your D skating up with the puck. And we want our D to skate. I want D who feel comfortable to skate up the ice with the puck. If there's no pressure on them, I want you to do it. We're not saying D have to be stay-at-home D. That's not our game plan. We want you to, if there's a chance, you take it. but we have to cover it. Centers, it's on you.
Yeah.
But the important thing here is looking at the back check. Dan's obviously realised it. Where's he gone?
Straight to the slot.
Right down the middle, right?
Yeah.
Really good. I'm still not quite sure where our centre is. I think he's a bit lost there. I think that might be Nashi, who's like, oh, shit, what just happened? Is that you, Nashi? Bit lost?
He's not here anymore. He's gone.
All right. But anyway, I think that was Nashi who got a little bit, has to turn around and come back. The Dan's gone to the right place, picks up that loose cut. Kate's back there to sort it out as well. We've hurried back. We haven't just gone, it's a breakaway, whatever. We've gone, it's a breakaway. We're going to get back quickly and fix it.
And now we've turned it around.
And we've got a turnover out of it. And now they're overcommitted and we get to go back the other way with new.
Yeah, now it's 3-on-2.
Right. So now it's 3-on-2 the other way. So that came because, and look, we made a mistake to set it up in the first place without a doubt. We got away with it, partially through a bit of luck, and also because we actually did the right thing in fixing it. We came back down the middle, took the centre ice away, forced them wide, and then got a turnover and managed to come back the other way. So that's just a good passage of play dealing with the sorts of things that go wrong in games, because they do. Those things happen all the time. We always make those sorts of mistakes. We're going to overcommit sometimes in attack, but if we recognise it and we haul ass and get back and fix it, most of the time we'll get away with it. As long as we recognise it and fix it. And that means you have to have done short shifts. You have to be fresh. If you can't sprint back, you shouldn't be on the ice. Did any of you notice the stuff I put up in the last 24 hours about short shifts?
Yes.
Yeah, it's always a bit of a bugbear of mine, but it's for a good reason. There's a website called the Coaching Group or something along those lines, and Jane found this thing on it and flung this thing through to me, which has got some interesting statistics, which just kind of backs up what I teach you guys all the time anyway. I'm just trying to show you that we're not operating in a vacuum. But the disappointing thing really from my perspective is not that we teach short shifts and do our absolute best to get you guys to try and get your heads around them, because culturally it's so hard to do, but that so few other coaches do. And I feel embarrassed about the approach of a lot of coaches in terms of how they manage shifts, knowing how important it is that shifts need to be kept really short, and how they're just derelict in their duty of enforcing it, encouraging it, getting the players to buy in it, or even really understanding it themselves. There's a lot of coaches who just don't get it. Mia gets it, don't you, Mia?
100%.
It does the short shifts or it gets the hose.
Yeah. And then you almost feel bad as a player bringing it up if you feel like you have to.
But you should.
Yeah.
It's the coaches that should be managing that. And look, there are always players that are going to lose track of time. It happens, and that's fine, and we do our best to try and manage it. But at the same time, you've got to hammer away at it all the time. And it's such an easy habit to get into of long shifting. It's so easy to do. I mean, it's not easy from the point of physiology, but it's easy from the point of view of, I'm on the ice, I'm going to stay here. Oh, there's an attack, I've got to go with it. Right? You don't.
I like how they framed it as rewarding the players by getting back on.
Yeah, that's in a different sort of competition. If you're that they're like college teams over in the US and Canada, and they have lines, first line, second line, third line, fourth line. And the third line and fourth line don't get much ice time, and the first and second line get all the time. It's pretty common at high level, where you want your superstars on the ice as much as you can, but at the same time you don't want them tired, because if they're tired, they're not superstars anymore. I don't know how many of you watched the last NHL Stanley Cup Finals.
Mm.
All right. Now,
I'm still recovering. The sadness is real.
Arguably, and this is the arguable point, but certainly in terms of some of the most skillful hockey players in the world are Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl. I wouldn't say they're the best hockey players in the world for a whole lot of reasons, but certainly some of the most skillful players. How much impact did they have in the Stanley Cup Finals?
Little to none, because they were tired.
They were tired. They were doing everything. They were long shifting. They were doing 90-second, 2-minute shifts time after time after time, and it wrecked them. They just ran out of legs. By comparison, Florida were running 30 to 40-second shifts for all their players.
Nearly everyone scored a goal.
Best player on their team for Florida would probably be Barkov. He was only doing 30 seconds, 40 seconds tops. That's like what they should be. And as a result, game 4, game 5, game 6, they were all over them. They just thrashed the pants off them because they just had that level of freshness and speed that they had that the top players from Edmonton just no longer had. And you can see the same thing. That's the same reason why the Maple Leafs kept getting beaten. They're relying on those 4 players to do massive shifts all the time. They get tired. They just get worn out. You can't keep doing it. It just doesn't work. But coaches keep saying, no, you go and do long shifts. You just want to shake them. But you can't. So partially from my perspective, it's a little bit of conflict because the first thing is I want you guys to win. But it's not all about that. But at the same time, it is nice to win. But from my perspective, is trying to make the game better for everyone and be part of a coaching community. I feel bad that so many coaches just don't have that as like one of their number one priorities is short shifts. Anyway, don't interrupt your opponents when they're making a mistake. Because by golly, they're making a mistake. But anyway, so that's it for tonight. Please do go through, have a look at all those videos, especially for your own teams. I do want the usual deal. I've got a whole heap of those little Stanley Cups that I printed up and I painted them. So they've got fresh silver paint on them and so forth. I want funny, clever, insightful, whatever. Look at them, try and work out why they're there, what the lessons are from them. If you want to do the stats, try and work out how many Jokers defensive zone face-offs were done correctly as opposed to weren't. We're looking for 100% and it wasn't. Tigers, look at your opportunities to execute 1-2-2s. How many times did you do it? How well did it work? That sort of thing. All right. Those of you that are playing on Saturday can have a bit of a laugh because I'm playing the game after you. I'm not sure who we're playing against. Hopefully I'll have 3 centers so I won't be trashed like I was last week. And hopefully I'll stay out of the penalty box this time.